How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
At Blinds.com, it's not just about window treatments. It's about you, your style, your space, your way. Whether you DIY or want the pros to handle it all, you'll have the confidence of knowing it's done right. From free expert design help to our 100% satisfaction guarantee, everything we do is made to fit your life and your windows. Because at Blinds.com, the only thing we treat better than windows is you. Visit Blinds.com now for up to 40% off site-wide, plus a professional measure at no cost. Rules and restrictions apply.
By the time I hit my 50s, I'd learned a few things, like how family is precious. Work can always wait. And 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles. Not everyone at risk will develop it, but I did. The painful, blistering rash disrupted my life for weeks. Don't learn about your shingles risk the hard way. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. Give me beer or whiskey, wine or gin. Anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking.
Back at it again with another episode of the Shades of Blue Soccer Show. We are the KC Soccer Journal. My name is Cody Bradley. Thad Bell, Robert Russert, and Carrie Robinson are all here. It is good to be back. It is a Sporting KC off week, a much needed off week after 3 disappointing results, 2 losses and a draw. Things were looking up there, and then we kind of got punched in the face. So I welcome this rest for Sporting KC. But we did get some news. There's a lot of soccer going on around the world. We have plenty to talk about, so we're going to get started right here with 24-year-old Mexican center back Alan Montes on loan from Club Necaxa. This is exciting. We finally have something. The transfer window is in full swing here, Thad. What do you think of Alan Montes?
I mean, I'm anxious to see how he does. He's relatively young. He's tall. He's 6'4", so hopefully he can also help clear balls and score a few. And I think it's a good deal. It's a loan option to buy.
Yeah, kick the tires on this guy, right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we'll see him either in the next game or the one after that, but pretty much every game after that, just to see how he does.
Carrie, Sporting KC making moves.
Yeah, so I got the transfer market stats on this guy compared to another Sporting Kansas City player, but I wasn't told who it was, either player. I just saw the comparison. So I took I think it said 400, 300 defenders in the Mexican League, put them into an Excel, and was trying to figure out and copying and pasting to see if I could find who it was.
Yes,
and I could
Carrie,
not.
Doing real work for us. I like it.
But I couldn't find out who it was. If I had maybe 2 more hours, I would have been fine. But I found
I thought it was Fernandez.
It was.
I knew it was Fernandez, but I didn't know who this player was.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you.
And so I was going through every Mexican League defender
yeah,
to find who it was. And I came across 2, and if you would have taken both of their stats combined, it would have made up Alan Montes. But it did not. But I'm excited.
I picture Carrie just locking in, headphones in a dark room with numbers just pouring around her, data mining. I appreciate the effort. So, Robert, what do you think of the addition here? A loan to buy at the end of the year? Rebuilding year. It seems like the perfect thing you do in a rebuilding year. Oh, just take a little flyer on a guy, see how he is, and if we like him, we buy him.
Yeah, I mean, that tends to be, or seems to be the trend in MLS right now, is taking these loans and then the option to buy and spend more money on them later, right? So, yeah, I mean, I like the idea of a center back. We know we need one. We'll see whether this is it or not. A lot of people are saying he's going to take Fernandez's spot, or that seems to be the implication. Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. I mean, obviously Miller's got the inside track, you would think, because he's young and things like that. But we'll see how it turns out. Volater's coming back to fitness, so we're going to probably see Carey experiment with some rotations, see who works with who the best, and hopefully it's a positive for sure.
Thad, you said you're expecting to see him in this next game. Is that off the bench, or who do you see him paired with? What side of the field should he be on?
He's played both sides of center back. he's right-footed, but he's played both. And from what I could tell, it was almost kind of even amounts, but I'm not totally sure on that. But he's I expect him to either be out there with Miller or Volader or some combination of those two guys over some time. Because I don't see there's no reason to play Fernandez or Rosero at this point. No reason, because they're out of contract. I don't expect either one of those to be back. Volader is technically out of contract. They could still sign him, but he won't be a U22 anymore. So why not just put him out there with Miller, who we know will be here for next year, and this guy can see if they can build a quick chemistry and up the defense.
So what particular traits of a center back are we looking for that we haven't had that Joaquin or Rosero don't have?
Can defend.
Goals.
Is it pace? Is it being able to defend one-on-one? Is it ball skill? What is it exactly we're looking for?
I think it's all of the above. Because right when you asked that, me and Thad both said something different. Carrie was thinking something different. I was thinking goals, but yeah, we have to start stopping goals from going in as well. But yeah, I've missed having a center back that is a threat on set pieces, you know?
We thought Rosero was at it first, but
I know,
didn't turn
we
out that
really
way.
did. We really did.
Montes has scored 4 goals in the last 2 seasons with his Mexican league team in 57 matches. And I also found it funny because all 4 of his goals were in the second half. So that's very much a Sporting KC DNA right now. 2 of them in the 69th minute and 2 of them in the 90th plus minute.
Nice.
So he's a come on late guy and score goals.
Which is great because earlier this season, like he's appeared in 3 games, and he hasn't had significant minutes since March 8th.
So Thad, why has he not been playing a lot lately? I saw that he was key to them at the end of last season, and then hasn't been playing a whole lot.
Well, he played a pretty good amount in the opening half of the Liga MX season, and in the second half he didn't play very much. But I know they also had a new coach coming in, and they were. So I know he's kind of out of favor with the new coach, and I think they just have been shopping him to see what they can get.
Okay, Burns has a little bit of Peter Vermees in him there. Just finding a player in a situation like that and bringing him to a new environment, that worked out for this team several times in the past.
And same with Santiago Munoz. He was not getting a lot of playing time, and he still hasn't got a ton of playing time, but we've liked what we've seen with him.
Thad, do you know who I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of the shining example of that, of discovering a needle in a haystack of a guy that was just in a bad situation with out of favor of a coach, and then he came here and
Aurelian Collin.
Oh, that's a really good one too. I was going Christian Nemeth.
Well, he's worked 1 out of 2 times.
Yeah, well, we were 1 for 2 on that one.
And you can say the same for Failhuber, right?
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah.
That. Dang.
Was he really out of favor in New England though? Because he was playing a lot.
He was in favor, as far as the situation was not in his favor. Let's say.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if he was out of favor with the coach or it was not the best situation. Because I remember hating him when he was in New England because he got Aurelian Collin red card. Because like Collin reached out for something and Failhopper flopped his like like he just had got poleaxed and was dead. So
Benny was the epitome of that guy that you love him if he's on your team and you hate him if he's not.
Yeah, we need more of those. He's kind of the villain to other teams, especially Salt Lake. But yeah.
Are any more signings coming, Thad?
I have kind of heard that yes, they're still working on more, but that doesn't mean it'll happen, right?
They always are. That's been the general response for years now of, yeah, we're working on it.
And I've known this one was coming for a while, but it wasn't far enough along when I was able to talk to somebody today, say, yes, they're having one for sure. Because it's never for sure until it's done, right?
Yeah.
And, Burns had to talk to the owner and talk to the whoever and all that stuff and take as many looks at him as they could. So I think he was hoping that he would see him more often out on the field, but then he wasn't. So I think that's why it is a loan deal and not a just buying, because he didn't get to see him enough in the last couple months.
It's never officially done until Tom Booger tweets it.
The real one?
I saw he struck again and got Hercules Gomez. See, that's exactly why I got off of Twitter. I mean, I have many reasons why I got off Twitter. That was one of them. So I'm not even on it. So I got by someone else getting got and posting it on another platform. So Tom Booger is a menace. And there's the only thing it is just to do that. It's just to be a troll and be annoying. And that's what Twitter, that's the world that Twitter has created. So,
well, I think he started with going against SKC and then making fun of Sporting of St. Louis. So I think he's somewhere in the Midwest, and then he was like, "Oh, I can get more likes if I reach out."
Yeah, when it was kind of like making fun of two teams or, one team and whatever, it was funny, but now it's just like, now you're just like, every once in a while you spat out some fucking bullshit, excuse me, and it's just bullshit. So I hate, that's.
No, he is good he is good at putting the jibber jabber that your eyes kind of glaze over in the rest of a tweet when it's just like details that you're not really looking at. He fills all of that in heavily with a lot of stuff. And that's the world we live in. Okay. Yep. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso Virtual Coffee Machines. Ready to enjoy the bold flavors of barista quality Nespresso iced coffee at home? Simply fill a glass with ice and press the brew button on your virtual pop machine to enjoy rich double espressos roasted to stand up even when chilled. Refreshingly bold iced coffee. Refreshingly easy to make at home. Visit Nespresso.com to shop now.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there is one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
All right. Things were looking up for a while there. They got me excited, and then 3 rough matches in a row. We had a loss to Seattle, 3-2 loss to Seattle, a draw against NYCFC at home that really needed a win there, and a loss to Vancouver as well, Thad. So, how are you feeling? What do you think about this MLS table as we're sitting here in the bye week and looking at not that much of an MLS season remaining?
Well, I'd obviously been hoping they were a little higher in the table with making a little bit of a run, but they keep faltering at the worst times. But these few matches, starting with Seattle through, I think, a couple more matches, we knew it was always going to be hard.
Yep.
I mean, we've known it for a long time, at least. If we were at the top table, we'd be like, yeah, no big deal. But they're not. These are good teams. They're going to be hard to beat. The schedule lightens up a little bit after the next couple. I mean, you start playing teams that most part are in the same realm as Sporting, so they have a better chance.
Still have to get through San Diego this weekend.
Yep.
Which we'll talk a little more about that. Robert, how do you feel about the current state of Sporting KC?
Well, currently we're on a 1 point per game pace. So that means 34 points if we stay on that pace, which, like Thad was saying, the schedule does get a little bit easier. But you'll still have to leapfrog 4 teams. I just honestly don't see it happening because, if we had the answers, you think we'd have them by now, right? If Kerry had all the answers.
Yeah.
3 of our last 13, I think, is what we've won. Doesn't exactly bode well, but I think it's rebuild. It's the rest of the year is trying out this, trying out that, seeing what guys we're going to keep next year and what guys we're not.
Getting 1 point out of those last 3 really hurt because they were kind of right there on the precipice of really making this interesting, and now it's not looking great. And I think all of our predictions when we were looking optimistic, it was that there was going to be something really exciting happen in this transfer window that was going to save us and just change everything. And Alan Montes, that's a good addition. We need a center back for sure. We hope that works out. But yeah, I think we've just seen enough, especially after these last 3 games where, they did kind of all come together. They have some cohesion. We kind of know more about what the team is. And then that's what they showed us over those 3 games. And yeah, it's against good teams, but they really needed more than 1 point out of there. And I'm with you, Robert. It looks a little bleak right now.
I mean, even our next 3 matches, San Diego, Orlando, Seattle Sounders, and then we get to those easier teams and quotations. I mean, are we still expecting 1 point out of these 3 like we had in the last 3?
Yeah, this is a rough stretch.
It is. That's the issue right now. Is it's going to be a rough stretch. They're going to have to try to steal points out of that, and then make a lot of points in the last 5 games or 6 games, whatever it is.
We should be able to beat Orlando, right? Orlando is on my MLS teams you forget about top 5 list, and they're in 6th right now over in the Eastern Conference. That's nothing crazy.
Yeah, they're playing well in Leagues Cup. Maybe that'll wear them out, though.
Well, from our position in Eastern or in Western Conference, 13th to 24 points. I mean, it's the same for Atlanta, but the jump to get to the playoff position in the Eastern Conference is huge compared to the West.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Yeah, we have more of a dogfight over here.
Everybody's
beating up.
Yeah, I always think that in the Western Conference, that it's just the teams in the middle. Honestly, almost all teams. The teams at the top of the table kind of beat up on each other. Middle of the table does the same, and then maybe there's 1 or 2 teams at the bottom that everybody beats up on.
You remember back when Atlanta came into the league and they thought they would never be a bad team again?
And St. Louis did the same thing too.
Remember when St. Louis came into the league and they thought they would never be a bad team?
Any team that actually has a good first season, which is rare.
Will we be saying that about San Diego in 2 seasons? Pretty good chance.
Hopefully.
And Atlanta even made a massive signing in the offseason, and they still suck.
Yeah.
And they got Almiron back.
Yeah, but do they have Alan Montes?
Right.
No. Do they have Jansen Miller? No.
Yes.
And look,
I know stars shine bright at Sporting Kansas City.
Well, that is the thing, though, guys. Don't we feel better about our team than we did when? Well, okay, I'll just say it. Since Peter's been fired, don't we feel better about this team in the future?
Yeah,
as far as the roster build.
Yes, that the entire direction of the club feels different. At least that they recognized it wasn't going in the right direction and made a big change, a very big, very tough change to make.
I think even after losing the U.S. Cup final last year, I was like, all right, we don't have anyone on this team cannot say, but I won this trophy. That means everyone has to get kicked off.
Yeah.
We were playing general manager in the Uber on the way back to my friend's family's apartment. We were playing general manager, and we were going down the list to see who we would keep, who we wouldn't.
Well, Shallowy has won a trophy, so I guess we're getting rid of him.
Did you guys get rid of Johnny Russell when you were playing GM?
Yes.
All right, you were making tough choices. See, you were playing GM in the Uber.
It was like 2 a.m. So yes.
So if it was 2 p.m., you would have done it. I mean,
in the light of day, you would have thought better.
Was it late night alcohol at Taco Bell, and that's why you're getting rid of Johnny Russell?
Yeah, there might have been some questionable decisions that were made because it was 2 a.m.
All right, I hate to bring this up. Sorry, I hate to bring this up, guys, but looking at the table, okay, so we're 7 points out of being in the 9th playoff position. And we are 8 points out of being the wooden spoon.
Damn, I never looked at it like that. I'm always
We're
looking
right
up.
in that meaty spot.
That's right, really won them.
Glass half full over here. I'm always looking up at the line, not down like that, Robert.
But the fight for the wooden spoon is pretty intense. 16, 18, 18, 19. That's LA, Montreal, St. Louis, and DC.
I know, and I'm liking most of those teams that are in that, especially the 2 in the Western Conference. Makes me happy LA is down there and St. Louis too.
I gotta give
Yeah.
props. I have to give props to Toronto because in my season prediction, I said they would be winning spin
Ah,
very easily.
they're keeping their head above water for now.
They are.
I'm rooting for St. Louis to just take the final nosedive there.
They need it. They need that to
Yeah.
happen.
It's still fun to like listen to their fan social media and stuff and just listen to the whinage.
The whinage. That was a good word.
Over under in one more year, they'll have a new head coach.
Peter
Yeah.
Vermees.
It seems like they are wanting to get another head coach already, which is hilarious.
Every half season.
Yeah, they will get a new coach and they'll probably bring in some other player of questionable heritage and hairlines, and it'll just be rinse repeat.
Okay, so
And
we
then
are.
maybe they'll realize it's their whatever soccer operations guy, because that's not who I think it probably is.
Speaking of which, we still need one. Director of Soccer Operations.
Yeah.
Well, whoever was in charge of letting that coach run training that morning and then firing and doing media after training and then firing him, like that's just rookie hour. Like, what are they doing over there? Who fire that guy that was in charge of that?
Man, they just didn't want it to be they just did not want to face media that day, so that's why they let them do it. And then,
Oh, I got
hey,
you.
by the way, come here.
Well, media would have been a lot easier to face that day if the coach was fired before training, and then who cares about what happened in training that day? It's about a new direction.
Hey, but Bradley Carnell's doing pretty good.
Yeah, they're top of the supporters shield standings.
So yeah, we're only 6 point. We're trash talking St. Louis here about how bad they are. We're only 6 points ahead of them, and Carey just laid out 3 more tough games here. So that's nine points on the table there for St. Louis to pass us.
Very shoot
Yeah.
for saying that, Cody Bradley.
But we haven't in the last 3 years talked shit about how good we were and how we would never be bad because we have the heritage and blah 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 blah. So we haven't done all that shit talking in a while. It's been like
True that.
over a decade.
You're right.
So-
St. Louis also scored an Aston Villa the other day, and they celebrated it, as in we scored against a Premier League team.
Well,
Nothing else.
Do we celebrate all goals though?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Why were they playing Aston Villa?
their
Because they weren't
preseason.
playing.
Yeah.
Because they have to show how good they are.
I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like if we played any other club in the world and we lost, we'd be like, "Oh, we lost. We're not losing," and celebrating that we scored a goal.
Oh, you mean after the game? It was like, hey, at least
Oh,
we
yes.
scored a goal. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
So what was the final in the Aston Villa St. Louis?
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
So Aston Villa 2 team, St. Louis City 0.
Did we? I think we scored a goal on Manchester City, and I probably cheered that. That was like a decade
and
ago.
only that?
That was like a decade plus ago, though. The league was in a different spot.
Yeah. Look, I don't necessarily blame them for like cheering you score. It's just that I think what Carey is saying is like, hey, look how good we are. We scored on a team, a Premier League team, even though we lost. It was
Yeah.
And also Manchester City, Aston Villa. Like, come on, what are we doing there?
yeah. There's a lot of difference there. I mean, that's like the difference of I don't know a mid-table MLS team and St. Louis.
Hey. All right, we're gonna take another break. We'll be right back. All right, Thad, college is starting. I was driving by the UMKC campus today. It's looking all pretty. The streetcars getting ready to go there. What's going on with the UMKC soccer team? I know things ended kind of well, it was a good tournament for them at least, or they got a good ending of that season before the tournament.
Yeah, I mean on the men's side they went to the Sweet 16,
Yeah.
which is really really good. Women's side didn't finish quite as well, but I wrote in the rundown just college starting. It was not necessarily about UMKC, although that's the one that kind of takes attention. But they're all getting ramped up right now. So KU, K-State got a new coach. Mizzou, more locally, Avlo, coached by the Kelly family. Katie LaForge, formerly Kelly, and her brother Robert coaches the men.
Who's ranked?
So it's just
who's ranked nationally?
UMKC men. Nobody else.
Nobody else? What are they ranked?
They 18th.
Okay.
Missouri State is down in the 20 something.
Okay, Ruse.
And no St. Louis teams up there. Darn.
You love to see it.
Man, I just got to get over my annoyance.
Look what happens to us on an off week. We just default to bagging on St. Louis.
No, I could do that a lot more. I mean, we've talked over the last couple about how they claim to be the chess capital of the world. I mean, it's
That's right.
which at least that's a legitimate, and not of the world, of America, chess capital of America, not the world. I got to be fair. At least that was a legitimate kind of claim-ish.
Yeah, sure, they can have it. They need
Dad,
that as a marketing.
When did UMKC get a women's soccer team? Have they always had it?
For a long time, yes.
Really? I feel like I don't know. How did I not know about this?
As long as I can remember, they've had
I
it.
know about the men for sure.
How do you not? I mean, I don't know.
I
They
don't
were,
know.
Wow.
and they started
Our
the
women's
year
soccer
last year.
correspondent here, and she doesn't even know they had a team.
They started the year really well last year, and then like kind of went off a cliff because their preseason games, which was against some tough teams, they did really well, and then they kind of went off the cliff when they played league play. And the men were the exact opposite. They kind of weren't very good in the preseason, non-conference stuff, and then they just got better and better. And
I really thought they only had a men's team until 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, Thad, that's why I hesitated there on saying the season ended well for them, because you get into the tournament, everyone loses except for one team. But Sweet
Right.
16, that was a very good year for them. So
yeah, that was definitely like I think their best ever. If it wasn't, it was one of their best ever. And I love the fact that UMKC men's coach is a former KC Wizard, Ryan Poor.
hell yeah.
And then the women's coach, it's Jess Smith, I think. Jen Smith or Jess Smith. I apologize. I think it's Jess Smith. I think she's a good coach. That it's going to be a challenge for all colleges right now because of all the new rules about how you can just change colleges and do things. And UMKC men lost a couple of really good players, but they have. I was looking through their new players coming in on the men's side, and they got like a player from Japan, from Italy, from
Nice.
a couple other different countries. So I'm
Yeah,
going
that's
to
good.
hopefully talk to Ryan in the next couple of weeks and Jess, coach the two coaches there, and maybe some others. But one of the previous coaches for UMKC on the women's side was Chris Sissel. He coached William Jewell, went to UMKC, and now coaches at Grand Canyon University for the last few years. And he's a really good coach, really super nice guy, but local Kansas City guy and really good coach. And he has them playing up there in that should be nationally ranked kind of level for the women, which is harder to be in because they just so many good women's teams.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, that's interesting, the changing dynamic in college soccer, and they're just going to have to figure out new ways to get new players, and it sounds like they're doing it if they're pulling people in from all corners of the world, Japan and Italy. So,
And I know on college, again, it's all the different things that are changing, which I don't truly understand.
mhm.
However, with UMKC, you have such a good base here that you'd think you'd pull in more local players, and they just don't seem to be able to do that. Same for KU. K-State had a lot of fairly good players on the women's. They have they're in the Big 12, so they have women's teams, but they were just terrible. So they got rid of their coach. They finished really bad last year.
All right, sticking with the lower tiers of American soccer. I saw SKC2 won a couple games and then lost today. Is that right?
It is. They actually won 2 games.
Well, and I wanted to talk about them because I saw in our Slack there was quite a lengthy discussion about how terrible they are and how it seems it is not the vision that they had for the second team of the pipeline and players that we're bringing up. So it's nothing seems to be working too great there. Thad, what do you think of SKC2 at the moment?
I think they have been slowly improving all year, and a lot of people aren't going to see that because they have not been good overall. They only have like 13 players on the roster, although they added a new guy the other day, Blaine maybe. He actually got his first start today.
But see that right there. I'm sorry. They have 13 players on the roster for the second team. Doesn't that defeat the purpose of this? Shouldn't there be 30 guys on this roster that we kick the tires on and look if they're good? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Their intent was to sign a lot of 18 to 20-year-old foreign players
And I don't really care if they're getting if the team is getting marginally better this year. Like I think it's a larger issue that there's not 4 players on that team that we are waiting and eager to see come up to Sporting KC.
It is, but it's also a sign of the entire overall club right now. No director of soccer or operations, no permanent head coach. Missing the head scout for Sporting is gone. The second scout is missing. They just don't have any of these positions. Like you got guys that aren't supposed to be scouting.
Why not? What's going on? Hire people. What's happening?
I think you have to look upwards at management at that point right now, like ownership, quite honestly.
They're trying to get a hold of the dumpster fire at the top tier first, and then figure out SKC too. Okay, I see.
Yes, it's all part of it though. I mean, it's all part of the whole problem. And they didn't bring in Stefan Urbani until towards the end of right before the league started. I mean, it was just everything was not going right with the entire club, and they're trying to fight fires, and they just don't have enough people to fight those fires. So my worry for this window is they sign one player because they haven't had enough time to, or have the right people there to find the other players or to land those deals, or to say, hey, you should come here because we kind of suck right now, whatever. But that just filters down because the 2 team is not the top of the priority. It should be a really high priority when you have everything working well, but right now it's the last priority. Well, and that showed.
When you have everything working well, and it comes in real handy when you're in the middle of a rebuilding year, Robert, and you can bring up some of these young guys and get a look at them. But it seems like dark days for the second team right now.
Now, is this too bad to say? Am I going too far?
Say it. I don't know
to
what this
say
is.
That
whatever it is.
The reason these owners held on to Peter Vermees for so long because they don't know the game. They don't know what to do without a Peter Vermees around.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, but that's what I felt for a while.
I think it's fair.
Yeah, I mean, the guy controlled everything, so they just handed him the keys for 15 years or whatever it was.
And he just kept adding more responsibilities to himself because, again, he knew what he was doing. He was just, it was time for change. But that was all these years when we're like, when they finally get rid of Peter, it's going to be really painful for a while because everything goes through him, all these connections. This is why.
I think you've got to give, because of this, kudos to Kerry, kudos to Mike Burns. Just that, they're doing a pretty good job by keeping the senior roster, building it, improving it, making it younger. So got to give it to them, I think, in this situation.
Robert, that was an astute observation from a man in a backwards hat.
And in the dark.
And in the dark, too. I'm in the dark as well.
Yeah, well.
I saw Carrie's eyes pop up while Robert was talking because she thought she was going to get applauded by him whenever.
No, I did get applauded.
Yeah, it's KZ, Robert. We got to stick to that. It is confusing.
Sorry, KZ. Sorry. I've known Carrie too long, so KZ. Okay.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Okay, look at me, Louie, there. Best friends with Carrie. I see how it is. Okay, switching gears. Okay,
I'll take the appreciation, though.
Yeah, you deserve it.
We appreciate you, Carrie.
Yes, we appreciate you, Carrie. By the way, give me a moment. I just got home. I'll have to make a latte.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the accent that I read that message on Slack as well. Very snooty. She was looking down her nose as she said it.
I would be asleep if I didn't have those moments.
Okay, well, we're getting there, Carrie. We're sorry to keep you up here. Our listeners are very happy to have you here and joining us. So let's keep going here. We're going to talk about things we like to talk about.
I'm fine now that I have my latte.
Okay, good.
Now she's awake till midnight.
Yeah.
Can you do that snooty accent, that mid-Atlantic Katharine Hepburn, like I'm speaking as a snob because I'm just much better than you? Can you do that?
Fine, I have my latte.
That's good. We're going to talk about the Currents, so I could just hand it over to you and let you do that. No, so Carrie, the Current did get a win. They returned to play, 2-0 win against Louisville. Took till the second half, but I was watching that game. It was a good game.
It was. I think people might have been a little concerned because there was so much news and excitement that led up literally hours before that was like, all right, this seems like way too much for the Current to get a win here. And plus it's Louisville. They have a pretty bad field. We always seem to have issues with playing them, but a win is a win, especially all these wins are starting to look the same because they have the exact same tactics. They make the other team seem they have possession and they're in control, but they're not.
Thad, they
Right.
play the game they want to play, and they're running a train on NWSL right now. 10-point lead over the Orlando Pride.
Yeah, and Orlando just drew today against Utah Royals, which is a piece of news we'll get to in a second, I'm sure. But yeah, that game against Louisville, man, that looked like the horse pasture out there because it was terrible, man. I don't know why that field looked so bad.
And it looks so bad, like constantly. It seems like every single time that we play there, there's always comments of why does this look so bad? It's not like they have a million soccer teams playing on it. They have their men's team, and that
Yeah.
should be it.
Yeah, it's just those two. And I went down a couple years ago for SKC2 played Louisville FC, whichever their USL team is, and the current played Racing Louisville the next day, or vice versa. I forget which one played first, but that was just a really good trip. And went down, and it was a nice stadium. It's like kind of a current like stadium. It's the U type of thing like they have and all that stuff. But yeah, why is the field bad? They have grass. I mean, they're known for grass. Horses and grass.
It's Kentucky.
These
They're
and
farmers
bourbon.
out there, right? Why can't they figure this out?
Like bourbon, horses, and grass. Isn't that like they should be good at all three of those things?
And it should be blue, too. Kentucky bluegrass.
Instead, they're lavender.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Well, current, things are looking good, and things are looking even better. Carrie, you mentioned quite a bit of news leading up to that. Some exciting news, a new player for the KC Current.
Yes, Alex Sentner from Utah. Surprisingly, somehow we just keep getting generational talents.
Yeah, as if the attacking core was not good enough. They bring in another attacking player, Thad.
They did, but there is a reason for it. Some people are like, oh, they're just doing it to like keep her from going places else. No, Vanessa DiBernardo is going to be out for the rest of the season because of maternity. Vanessa was essentially their best number 10. Allie Sentner is coming in to play the number 10-ish role. She can play wing. She can do other stuff, but she's going to essentially be pulling the strings and also matched up with other young U.S. women's national team talent like Claire Hutton,
Like her bestie.
Michelle Cooper.
Lola Bonta.
Yeah, that's not quite on the young talent, but young at heart.
Lo
She's
does a
waiting
lot
for her
of
growth
things
spurt.
good, but she has a lot of bad moments too. Like
What's that?
Lo has a lot of bad moments, and I'll be like, man, what is wrong with her? And then I'll just see one of those like grinded out hustle plays. So she still has that in her arsenal, but I do see some passes where I'm like, Lo, what on earth?
She has gotten smarter and smarter about her play, though. Like she doesn't always look like she's hustling, but then she will when it really counts.
Yeah.
So she's the savvy veteran, the Roger Espinoza-ish of the Current. But speaking of Claire Hutton, Allie Sentner's best friend, because that was part of the whole deal.
Yeah.
Claire met her at the airport.
How cute was that video? I mean, come on. Besties meeting each other at the airport, getting to play on the same team. Come on.
So I was down at Sporting 2 today, and I turned around, and it was a very weird day for me at Sporting 2. I ran into a relative that lives in Portland area now.
Okay.
Actually, they recognized me because I'm like, I would not have recognized them because I'm like, I'm not expecting them to be there. They come down, hey, Dad. And I'm like, I look at them like, who the hell are you?
Not a very
like
close
10 seconds
relative.
later.
It must not be a very close relative that says, hey, I'm coming into your town. Like
Right.
any relative
Right.
I have would be like, hey, I'm in town.
They're visiting other family, like her husband, family, and stuff like that. And the only reason they were there is because her husband's friends with Carter Dirkson's family, he's a SKC2 Academy guy. So they were down there to see him. And I just happened to go walking by and like, oh, hey, Thad, nice to see you. After this game, we're going to the airport. Don't try to talk to us. That's not what they did. But so anyway, I'm standing there one time and I look around and there's two young women standing over to the side. I'm like, they look familiar. It was Claire Hutton and Alex Pfeiffer. I'm like, what are you doing down here? So I walked over and said hi, and they said, you're not wearing a blue hat. That's confusing. I said, yes, I'm not wearing a blue hat.
It's like seeing a teacher out in the real world.
Yeah. So anyway, that was like two minor stories from SKC2 today that had nothing to do with the actual game.
I thought it was funny that Sporting Kansas City finally gets some good news. not a good year. They finally signed somebody, something is exciting, and then the current also signed somebody else, and it just drowned it out. Everyone's more excited about the better team, as they probably should be.
Well, it's a way bigger signing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Alan Montes, a guy who, wasn't even starting for his team in Mexico all the time, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
On loan. And then, by the way, we're getting a young national team player who's has been ranked as high as like top 3 young player.
And is a number 10.
And is a number 10 and can play wing. And yeah, so it's a lot of difference there. I mean, it'd be different if we signed like Bailey Failhaber equivalent kind of thing.
Yeah, Alan Montes isn't even that famous Montes in his family.
Yeah, he has
his
brother.
That's true. Good point.
That's right. Yeah, but
I know somebody commented that like we didn't get the brother. Like, come on.
Isn't he in Russia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dynamo Lokomotiv or whatever locomotive it is.
I think that's Russia's best team, but Thad, that Copa America Femenina, that was insane. Our Slack was going crazy. It seemed like it was a bit of anarchy, as so many South American finals are.
I know, with Lorena from the current as keeper, and she'd already been red carded once this tournament and was back in goal. And the Colombian keeper, I don't know her name, but they kept bringing up the fact that she was a member of the Colombian riot police. And she was just tough as shit, man. She got nailed in the face with a knee. She got hit in the head. She got ran over, and she just kept getting back up and playing. And
South American soccer is hilarious.
It was fun, man. And like they were close to getting into fights, and Marta comes off the bench and scores an amazing goal. And I hate Marta, but it was an amazing goal. And
yeah.
Then goes all the way to penalties and goes pretty deep into penalties. And you got players who like have played 3 games in their life for the national team, scoring goals and penalties. So it was exciting.
Lorena saved 3 or 2?
I don't remember how many. I think it was 2 and a miss,
Okay.
but the key one was the last one. So.
And it was saved.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So the rest of South America hates it because Brazil wins again because they won like all of them down there for the women. But so I don't know if I remember. I don't remember if I had mentioned this on like one of the previous pods, but I was looking at something, and long story, but I ended up looking at map of South America, and then because I was looking for a town in Brazil, just curious where it was at. And it got me thinking, so I kept looking a little deeper, down rabbit holes and stuff. But I forget. I mean, I know Brazil is good because of their history with soccer and all this other stuff that they can do. But I've realized that 49% of all of South America's population is Brazilian. So yes, they're going to be the best team in South America, and they also have like 48% of the landmass in all of South America. So they do kind of have an advantage over all the other South American teams. Population.
I think Argentina would like a word.
I was going to say, except for Argentina is the better team. So.
Yeah, but I mean, again, Argentina is an amazing good team, but that's why Brazil has been. I think that's one of the reasons Brazil has been so good is they just have more population.
I'm really glad David is not here to have to hear Robert and I both say Argentina was better. Summer of soccer, all sorts of things going on. The Leagues Cup is going on right now, and I, for one, could not be more happy that we're not playing in it.
Why is that, Cody?
Because it's stupid. I'm just waiting for this tournament to die. I'm just glad we don't have to worry about it.
I don't know that it's going to die anytime soon.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it probably isn't going to die until MLS and Liga MX merge.
Exactly. It's not going to die until it just becomes the default under a different name.
Yeah, so they're just waiting for MLS to switch to a fall spring calendar, merge the 2 leagues, have a MLS, MX, whatever, League 1 and League 2, and have Pro Rel and.
Okay, just stop talking. I don't want to hear your post-apocalyptic scenarios right now.
Exactly.
It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen.
It's Sunday night. I'm trying to wind down. Carrie's getting wound up. Carrie, what are you looking at on the computer there? You getting all excited here? She's wired up. Are you gonna do some more data mining for us?
No, I know that Charlotte and Chivas are playing right now, and then penalties, which Chivas just won.
Yeah.
But I was looking to see if, you know, any former players may have missed a penalty.
You mean the OG Allen?
Yeah,
Did he even play in the match?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think they,
he did 75 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
oh, so they
he
subbed him
started.
out. Subbed him out before it got to penalties.
Yeah,
I
Alan, I
mean,
love Chivas, Polito.
say what you will, Cody, about the League's Cup, but and I really do kind of hate to say this, but Seattle beating Cruz Azul 7-0
Oh,
was a moment we all had to kind of cherish.
oh, and some of those goals were incredible. That seventh goal, the extra point that they scored. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a fun one. And then someone else, another MLS team, destroyed a Mexican team that same
Galaxy
day.
1-5-2.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, they play Cruz Azul tonight. We'll see how that goes.
The Galaxy beating up on a Mexican team. That's so good. Oh, that's so good.
Who would Landon Donovan reform?
What'd you say, Thad?
I said, who would Landon Donovan be rooting for? The Galaxy or a Mexican team?
Hey, he pissed on Mexico's field, so come on, you know where his heart lies.
Yeah, but then he came out rooting like, "Hey, root for Mexico in the World Cup." And well, like, no, don't. Sorry.
San Diego
That's-
FC plays Mazatlan on Tuesday ahead of the Sporting KC matchup on the weekend. That is maybe our only hope, is that they care more about that and then rest some players on the weekend, because they are in first place at the moment, Thad.
They are. How did Sporting do when they went to play in San Diego?
Yeah, that was a 0-0 draw, right? That was the point they earned there.
It was. I don't remember if it was 0-0, but it was a draw, right? So,
Yeah, I think it was zeros.
0-0.
I think that was without Chucky Lozano.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And without De Jong.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
yeah, because Dayon had his children's match moment.
Right. Children's match moment.
so Chucky has, he's scoring some goals, 6 assists, 7 goals. Dreyer has 14 assists, 11 goals. Yep, they're a good team. I think you just throw in the new guy. I think you throw in Montes, throw him in the ring of fire and see what happens.
This probably should have been discussed higher up, but I'm not very good at this stuff.
Classic Thad. Here we go. Most important thing that probably should be the headline of the show. Here we go. He thinks.
Well, I did that in the last show too. I mean, after the Kerry hot dog moment, I dropped actually like some news that I had and left it at the end, and I don't know that anybody ever caught it, so they should be listening.
Say it again, or is that?
Well, it's not like the biggest news, but it was something that people had been wondering about. Should I say it again, Kerry? I mean, it's already at the end of this pod, so maybe that's just where I drop it every time, right?
Yeah, say it now and then maybe say it again next week.
One of the big questions in this season was the money that Sporting gets for the William Agata trade was listed as 2025 GAM, and a lot of people had been under the impression, and me too, because that's what I was told, was that it had to be used in the 2025 season. So by December 31st of 2025. That is incorrect. And the only GAM that expires is there's some type of GAM for other stuff. The U22 GAM, for example, if you go for the 2DP for U24 or U22 players, some of that. So, but anyway, so that money does not have to be spent now. So originally we thought they have to bring in a player and use that money, or use it to at least extend a contract or something like that. But no, they can hold on to that money if they don't want to use it for something right now. So maybe they hold on to it till next year to do something better. But that was just that was what I brought up at the end of last week, because I forgot, because I was doing the hosting because somebody didn't want to show up.
That was
okay. And I'm not good at doing the segments thing, and I'm not doing good at it hosting like you are, man. Cody, you are good at this stuff. I'm not. I'm the one that just comes in at the end and like derails shit. However, where I was going with it originally was some days Sporting has kind of went with a 3-back system, and because they basically drop Bartlett into the middle, and it's essentially a 3-back system, and you bring in your wing backs up and stuff, and they've actually looked good at that. Maybe they try Miller, Montes, and Fernandez, or Volater as a true 3-back system, and let Kyrie and Logan and Dembe on the other side be farther up and a little bit less responsibility for defense.
And someone needs to start a fight with Chucky Lozano. Get him off the field.
So
Who
Miller.
would you want that to be? Choppy
That's gotta be Zoran Basong or Choppy, right?
or Jake?
Or yeah.
Well, maybe start with Miller so
Or
he can
Miller.
get trash talked, and then elevate it to the song or Shoppy.
Miller, we know I didn't even mention him because we know he'll just be chirping away
Yeah.
the whole time. He'll be digging under his skin, but then you got to have Zoran Basong come in with the elbow or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could be telling him that, I thought the guy in St. Louis was the worst DP in the league, but no, I actually think it's you, man. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly.
Okay, I like the idea, Thad. Going with a back three against a lethal San Diego side.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll happen. I'm just curious that they maybe now have at least the players they could try it with.
All right. Well, thank you, people. It's good to be back. Carrie, thank you for doing your latte, staying up late. Thad, do you have a final thought?
I just appreciate you coming in for like one every 3 pots.
Yeah, appreciate it, Cody. Good to see you.
Okay, yeah, I did. I missed the last one. I missed the hot dog conversation. I'm going to have to... I started it, but I didn't reach the end. So I missed Thad's news and a hot dog conversation. I'm going to have to go back.
There was Carrie and Current Chaos.
Oh, that's what I always tune in for.
It was the worst.
We'll be back next week. Hopefully talk about a win and a redemption for our season against San Diego. Sporting!
The other side don't seem so tough, and 3 own goals ain't all that rough. Our skipper has just been sent off. Supporters strong have all gone soft. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. Give me beer or whiskey, wine or gin, anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking.